Welcome everyone to the Goddess Temple. My name is Chris. Um, what I have coming through for today's video, it's this reassurance that whatever it is that you've had to go through to change your current circumstances, the becoming familiar with what it is that you want, how you want to move about life, how do you want to create the type of experience that you want to create, to heal those places that just feel like is a bit chaotic or uncentered and is just not flowing in a way that makes sense, um, in a way that's nourishing and allows you to create, allows you to be that much more of yourself, right? This little change that you went through, now you've come out of it and you're seeing that it's possible for you to do what you've been trying to do for the past couple of years. You finally healed what you needed to. You've seen enough of the stories and the limitations that you adapted and you adopted, right? That you've embodied. You've noticed quite a few of these little places that were holding you back. And some of those places were from your own beliefs, from your own perception of the life that you're living, of the world that you've created. And you're stepping in from a place of compassion, that it's okay that it feels the way that it feels. It's okay that it's scary. It's okay that it doesn't look the way that you thought it would and that you anticipated, but it's available for you to have what it is that you feel is in alignment for you. To come into this place where you settle into your body and that you know that what you've created and what you continue to create allows you to be more of who you are. You lean into yourself that much more. You become familiar with your stories. You've become familiar with the limitations, right? I know I'm repeating myself, but it feels like it's important for someone to hear it, to someone to truly understand the journey that they've been on and how they have been directed and guided to work through their life. The whole point of you doing everything that you've done was so you can come back into harmony within yourself, to notice where and what it takes for you to be more of you, for you to show up better, for you to have that better life, for you to even know that for you to have a better life is just that you need to let go of people, right? People, things, stories. And I know I just said my choice of words right now. Of course, it's easier said than done, but you've stepped into this mindset of understanding that it's a lot easier than what you had thought it was, right? It's a lot easier than what you had thought it was going to be. And that you've always had the certainty, you've always had the knowing, you've always seen this vision and the story being accurate. And that this belief and knowing of who you are, of what you like, what you don't like, how you want to put out your work, the services that you have, the qualities you have, and the weaknesses that you have, and how you wish to move through those. You've stepped into a place where you understand these little components and you're like, oh, that's all that it required after everything has healed, after everything has come into balance. And you're noticing that, oh, okay, it's not as challenging as I thought it was. And you know what? I'm actually finding myself doing the things that I did before, but for some reason, it's a lot easier. And I'm not complaining about it. I'm not fussing. I'm not struggling. It's just so simple. And I'm so certain of the steps that I'm taking, of what I'm doing, will absolutely yield the results that I know that it has, If I didn't know that, then I wouldn't have, of course, I wouldn't have done it, I wouldn't have leaned into it. And you're stepping into this understanding within yourself that none of this impedes, none of this questions who you are. That if anything, this enhances who you are. This allows for people to see you in the most vulnerable way possible. That you may have taken 10, 20, 30 steps to make sure that people don't see this part of you, this vulnerable part of you. And you've also built the skills and the qualities for you to know that you don't have to hide yourself and feel nervous or anxious if you are qualified or if you're valid. That people around you, no matter what, people around you love what you do, know who you are, and do have the capacity to accept who you are. And that you've become also creative with the way you communicate, with the way that you kind of shut people's mouths and tell them to quiet down. You tell them, you in an artistic way, in a creative artistic way, you tell them to quiet down and that they have nothing to poke and prod at, because no longer are those very same things that make you feel shameful or guilty or say that you are, a poor quality person. And that, if anything, you tell them that, you're telling them in a way that no matter what you say, no matter how you try to take me down, you can't. Because the thing is, the part of me that's destroyed me, that's taken me down, that's ripped me apart and held me under a microscope, no longer does. If anything, I've befriended that part of me. And so whatever anyone else external to you says, or any other belief, anything, everything is just washed away. And it's not that it's washed away and it's completely cleansed out of you. It's more like now that thing that was your weakness is your strength. That's it. It's your strength. It's what inspires others around you for them to show up, for them to create, for them to do more effortlessly, for them to put in the work and the effort. You're understanding that the way that you've showed up, the way that you've been loud and almost feeling as though you've made others uncomfortable, that little discomfort that you may have had with making others uncomfortable, you're finally comfortable with it. So there's a component of being comfortable with it, and then also there's another component where it doesn't disturb you. You're okay with the fact that people around you are uncomfortable and you're neutral about it. It's not good or bad. It's just this pure understanding that the person, the way they feel and the way they speak and the way they show up, it's for them. And the way that you are showing up and the way that you're speaking, it's for you. And somehow, on this earth, on this planet, both of these polarities, both of these opposites can coexist. There is room and space for all of it. And so it just becomes less of making this right and wrong. And sometimes you do, right? Kind of keeps things fun and interesting, I would say. But you're understanding that you're okay. People around you, they're okay too. They're thriving, they're alive, they're doing well in life. And so are you. And the funny thing is, when you've hit this point, this place, you start to notice that even the person that's been pushing you away and that's been telling you to, why aren't you doing better? Or why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you doing that? Or look at this little thing, this little defect that you have. Like, what is this? Even those people, unconsciously, they begin to say things as if they kind of want you out of their life. They're ready for that change too. And it's taken as a confirmation that you've changed what you needed to change and you've become exactly who you needed to become. And that this person or these people, things are just different. Things have just shifted. Things have just changed in a way that it's time for you to finally make that change, to finally be in harmony within yourself, to know that whatever chaos happens externally and whatever wishy-washiness that people come in with, it's not going to hold you back from the life that you have dreamt about. I wanted to swear there, but I'm not going to. Yeah, you've absolutely leaned into the life that you've been wanting to create for yourself. And you're saying, heck yes for that. Right? You're saying, I want it, and I keep reaffirming it. And now you've come into a place where you're okay that the people that you did want around you, so it could be your family, could be friends, for this little bit of time, things are just going to be different. They may not show up in your life because it pushes against their own boundaries. And for some reason, you're okay with it and they're okay with it. And you guys are indifferent in this space. Become familiar with who you are. Know that who you have become is that much more firmly grounded and pure and vibrant, and you know that your health, your holistic health, your holistic life, it's all in alignment. So with that, I'm going to be leaving the message here. I wish you guys all the best, and I will speak to you soon.